My friends, welcome back to the channel. I am very excited to talk to you today about it's a piece of mental leverage that one of my clients is using. And what I mean by mental leverage is how do we get ourselves to do the things that we know we need to do and do them right away and not procrastinate. So if you've ever been it's like, you got this anxious thought of like, I want to do this, or like, I got to go to the gym, or I really want to eat all these cookies, but I have this meal that I already have planned. How do I get mental leverage on myself to just go out there and have fun? Nope, that's not true. How do I get mental leverage on myself to follow through on the things that I know are the right options? I know are going to put me in line and completely aligned with my goals. What do I do? How do I get myself to do that? And one of the ways that I work on, and because I work with so many busy dads and guys that work in high profile jobs and guys that are running their own business, because I work with so many men like that, I always liken it back to like building a business or like hitting a career goal, because getting the body that you want is essentially an identical thing to like building a business. And I find that there's so many guys that are great at business, but they're terrible with their health. Or there's so many guys out there that are amazing with their health, but terrible at business. And it's like, they're the exact same principles. There's no such thing as new fundamentals. And so I'm going to take some principles from business and bring them over into the health for you, right? By doing so, you should be able to just do the mental math of like, oh, it's all the same thing. And how I do one thing is how I do everything. So I should just carry over the principles that have made me extremely successful in my business to now extremely successful in my marriage and extremely successful with my health. And that way I can get the body that I want. Those capped shoulders, the veins pop in the abs, things like that. The aesthetics that I know that are going to build your confidence for you to be able to go out to the pool day, to the beach day. It's summer. We just passed Memorial Day weekend. I can take these principles and I can now get the body that I want. The number one principle is preparation. So in your business, in your career, in your week, in your job, if you have any sort of responsibility, that responsibility equates to the degree of preparation that you need. Right? Like if I'm only managing myself, let's say I'm just like an appointment setter, right? And I'm kind of like, I'm not saying it's a bad job. I'm just saying it's a relatively low profile job. I have one task that I need to do. I dial the phone and I schedule appointments. There's not much preparation that goes into that. The only preparation that I would need is like, am I good at my script? Am I good at handling objections? Am I good at doing this? That way I can get people scheduled for an appointment. However, if I'm the manager of the appointment setters, now I need to prepare and make sure that I have a solid agenda for the weekly team meeting. I have a solid agenda on how I'm improving each one of my team members, how I'm moving people forward. I need to make sure that I'm prepared for the meeting that I'm going to have with the guy that I report to, and all these different things. So as you ascend in your career, you need to prepare more. Well, the same thing happens with your body. Guys, I can walk down the street and I can look at any man or woman or child and I can tell how prepared they are with their diet. How prepared are you when it comes to your health? Are you preparing? Are you spending any time investing so that way you get a return on that time? What do I mean by that? What I mean is like, do you spend the hour and a half to 2.5 hours on a Sunday making sure that all your meals are done, all your grocery shopping's done, there's no more thinking? Because that may seem like a crazy task, but just like in business, you spend an hour to 2 hours a week planning the next 7 days or the next month. Or if you're the CEO of an organization, you're spending weekends planning quarters. You're spending weeks planning the next 5 projected years. But those same CEOs, when it comes to their food, they're like, what's in front of me? No preparation. Donuts. Let's get pizza. I'm feeling Mexican tonight. You want to get Mexican? And just go get 1,000-calorie burrito. Where if they were to just take that same principle and apply it to their food, right? Like I invest an hour to an hour and a half a week into thinking, planning, creating all my food for the week. That's it. An hour to an hour and a half. Some of you guys are spending 40 minutes every night cooking dinner. But that hour to hour and a half, what that does, I get a massive return on that because I get to buy back that time. I get to buy back that attention. I don't have to think. And so because I have such a hectic day to day, like give me a dad whose day goes perfectly as planned 7 days a week. None of you, every single one of you struggles with the audibles that need to happen and things going wrong and kids getting sick and, got to go pick somebody up from daycare and all these things, right? Like, meeting ran late, or they got to switch, or they got to change their appointment to 4 o'clock. And it's like, I don't know about you, but as a dad, it's like 7 a.m. hits and it's utter chaos. And so what I'm trying to do is reduce all of my variables, right? Because there's already so many things that are out of my control. I want to reduce all of my variables to the point. What I'm trying to do is reduce all of my variables because there's so many things that are already crazy. Where if I can get food from being a variable, X, to just being, this is what it is. It's a solid number. There's no variable to it. I know exactly what I'm going to eat. I know exactly how much macros it is. I know how much my calorie intake it is. And I know how that compares to my output and my exercise. So that way, I'm either in maintenance or a calorie deficit, or if I'm trying to gain weight, it's already taken care of. And I've done all of that for an hour and a half on Sunday. I don't need to worry at all or think at all. And that allows me to be infinitely more present with my family, infinitely more productive in my business, and just infinitely more happy. Like, I hate the question, what do I want to eat for lunch? I can't stand when I'm with like 2 or 3 people, or even when I'm with my wife. Man, I can't stand that question. What are we having for dinner? It's like, oh my God. And then it's like this mental black hole of like doom scrolling Grubhub. Like, are we looking for Indian? Do we want pizza? Do we want Italian? And it's like the worst. And I don't know anyone who enjoys that conversation. So I just have that conversation with myself a week in advance. So that way, when it comes to dinner, I know what I'm having. There is no question. And the best part is I can just go into my fridge, grab it, put it in the microwave, within 90 seconds, I'm eating. And I'm eating good. I'm eating quality foods. I'm eating nutrient-dense foods. I'm eating things that are going to keep me filled, but not overfilled. I'm eating foods that are keeping me happy and satisfied and satiated and energetic. And I'm never accidentally having a 1,200 calorie burrito. Because of that, I look and feel amazing. I look and feel my absolute best. And because of that, I look and feel amazing. Like, I look and feel my absolute best. And because of that, I get to show up great as a dad. I get to show up great as a coworker. I get to show up great as a friend. Because my energy is great. And I feel good all the time. So, with that being said, guys, take a minute. This is like a life hack. Take those 90 minutes on a Sunday and just prepare. Buy back that energy. Buy back that time. Buy back that attention. You have a limited amount of attention that you can invest into your day. Like, buy back that attention. You will see massive ROI on this. I hope this was helpful. If you need a grocery list, if you need any macronutrients or anything like that, you can go ahead and follow me on at Unbreakable Dads on Instagram. You can also join my free group. There's a link in the description for this video. And you can also get a free grocery guide and a free on-the-go dad's guide from my website at unbreakabledads.com. Okay? All free. Just go ahead and get it. Like, I want to help as many men get into great shape, feel great, have better relationships, show up better, and get a better ROI on the only body that we get. All right? And if you're interested in working with me and getting down to 10 to 12% body fat percentage in 180 days or less, go ahead and reach out at unbreakabledads.com, and I'll set up an application call. We can see if we'd be a good fit to work together. All right? Take it easy. Hope this was helpful.